Shit. Damn fucking knob. There we go. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome. Welcome, one and all, to this Saturday night stream here in the basement. Hope y'all had a good end of your week. Hope y'all are having a good Saturday. Hope you guys are ready to get into some nerdish stuff. Massive news about the cast of the Batman Part 2. Holy shit. Turns out we were all wrong. We were wrong to believe what we were told, and the shit we were told was wrong in the first place. And my goodness, people are talking, and not everyone is pleased. We'll get into it, along with a couple other updates. Is there, outside of that, it's actually been kind of slow the back half of this week, at least as much as I noticed. Anyway, I probably missed some shit. It's possible. I didn't bother to steal Josh's homework, so if I missed something, my bad. Actually, more to the point, if I miss something, fucking tell me and I'll get into it. Yes, do my work for me. Any hoodles. Time to get ready, chat. And you know how to get ready around this motherfucker. You fill your cup and you light your smoke. Because once again, motherfuckers, it's time to get nerdy. Well, hello there. How are we all doing on this lovely Saturday evening? 101. Holy shit. Aren't you in the Bay? I didn't know the Bay got that warm. That's knuckin' fun. Well, you're right next to fucking El Nino. That's what that is. What the fuck is with this goddamn thing? There we go. Now I don't have to hunch over like a fucking weirdo quite so much. Like James Hetfield live. In all respect to the Het, though. He's a fucking metal icon. Ugh. 101 though, that's knuckin' futz. I mean, it's been toasty here in Michigan. Not that toasty though. But we've had 80s for quite a minute. It's been in the 80s. Come on, you. Oh, there we go. But not that warm. Holy shit, 101. Well, that's all changing though, because we have a cold front moving in overnight tonight, and then we get rained on for a few days, because that's how weather works. Oh, you're closer to Central Valley. My bad. Well, then, yeah, you're fucking cooked. Literally and figuratively. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, because, then you take a bunch of hot air, and then you ram a bunch of cold air into it. The cold air goes underneath the hot air, and then they swirl around and storms. That's the basics. There was a point in my many way back younger years where I considered being a meteorologist, so I've read about some stuff. Clouds, storms, how that shit be working. Yeah. Anyway. What's up with y'all other than it being fucking hot out? Anything interesting going on? As you can see, my computer is still being somewhat cooperative, and as you can also see, I'm still using StreamYard instead of Streamlabs, and I'm still highly puzzled how the Streamlabs commands are still working when I don't have it pulled up at all. But I also like that they're working. What up, Griff? Oh yeah, I didn't say hi to people specifically. Jesus Christ. Scrolling. Hey, who's the... There's a guy up there named Dan GHT Boss 429. Welcome. Hopefully you're still around. If you're not active in the chat, hopefully you're still lurking. Thank you for stopping by. Spicy Dan and Brooke. Delta Dan. And now, Griff. What is up, everybody? Daughter had T-ball pictures today? Aw. That's so cute. Lucky for us it was in the AM. Yeah. I knew what you meant. That's so cute, though. How old is she? How old is that one? I mean, it's T-ball, so I imagine probably like 4 or 5. Executive Judge saw Disclosure Day last night. What did you think? I'm curious. I mean, it's with the live Q&A with Blunt and Spielberg. You lucky motherfucker. You liked it? Yeah, I'm not. I'm seeing a lot of people. Oh, you did too? I mean, there's a fair chunk of people that are liking it, but it's not universal. But definitely way more do than don't. Actually, what the fuck is the Rotten Tomatoes on that bit? What do we have? I'll get that out of my fucking face. Huh. All right. So the critic score with 289 reviews is at 80%. The audience score, now known as the popcorn meter, with over 1,000 verified ratings, is only at 74%. For fucking Spielberg, bro. Wait, 6. Oh, okay. It's a free league from the Giants. This is their second year. That's awesome. That's pretty dope. So, wow. I was honestly expecting a much higher audience score than 74%. That's almost kind of like a number that deserves the Steve Carell gift. You know? That's that kind of number, at least in my mind, for a fucking Spielberg movie. 74% audience score? What the fuck? The movie was a whole lot of talk about the thing, but very, very little of the thing. Okay, well, I kind of understand that score a bit more then. It was like The Knowing, but with less action. I don't think I saw The Knowing, so I don't really have a big frame of reference, but I also feel like I can follow it and get the gist. So yeah, I can understand how having very, very little of the thing would aggravate audiences. Andor. Yeah, I found a way to bring it around back around that show. Josh ain't the only one who can circle back to shit. Wow, 74% though. 74%. That's a wee bit nuts in my mind. At the end of the movie should have been in the beginning. The score was good and Emily Blunt was amazing. Yes, that is one of the things I have seen that's pretty universal is Emily Blunt fucking killed it in that movie. And the score being good doesn't surprise me because it's motherfucking John Williams, bro. Of course the score was good. I mean, motherfucker's 93, fucking writing music and directing the orchestra from a chair. I actually saw footage of that. He was literally in a chair. But yeah. Payoff at the end was done well. That's good. That one is a wait for streaming one for me. I used to go to movies a lot more when I was in my 20s and early 30s, but that was back when, cell phones weren't that big, people weren't on them in the middle of the movie, and shit was actually affordable. Like, I used to just go see movies. Like, now it's just like the big fucking tentpole shit. That's the only thing I go to see. Back then, I was going to the theater for like fucking Titanic and Forrest Gump and shit. Probably be on Peacock. Yeah, since Universal. Yeah, probably. Ruh-roh. We have the opposite sides on that movie right here in the chat. Be nice, boys. I'm going to go to franchise films, no support of original works. Part of the problem there. Well, I'm not as well, I'm going to see The Odyssey. I mean, that's not original, but it's more original than Marvel or DC. Like I said, I used to go see all kinds of movies, but now I got to save my money for the shit that I really, 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 really want to see, rather than shit I'm just mildly curious about. Yep. Yeah. Josh is both right and wrong about theaters. Theaters are important. Community experience is very important, but they are a bunch of gatekeepy, overpriced motherfuckers too. So just signed up for A list. See, that's one. That's another reason I don't go more often. Honestly, is um, I don't have the only big national chain that everyone fucking talks about that's even remotely near to me is AMC, and that is the worst theater in my area aesthetics wise. They still have the flip down fucking chairs. Even the little mom and pop theater down the a little bit south of me, they even have the reclining chairs, and this motherfucking AMC doesn't. So, I mean, there's also one called MJR. That's where I normally go. And they're a chain, like they're not the only one, but they're not, fucking AMC or Regal either. And they have their own little program, but it's not as good as those guys is. Not really worth it for me. It's more uh, uh, economically viable for me to just pick and choose carefully. Ever seen Tom Holland character say "Daddy" in the Odyssey trailer? I'm not seeing that cringe movie. Yeah, a lot of people. That is fucking with people more than I would have anticipated. I mean, it is weird to hear that word in a Homeric epic. I'm not going to say it's not weird, but at least for me, that's not enough to make me not want to watch it. But on the other hand, if Charlize Theron wanted to call me daddy, I'm totally fine with that shit. Spicy Dan. What the fuck? You should only say that when getting pegged. See, oh, I'm so glad you brought that up though, and the word peg, because you know how Josh has been bitching about his hips, blaming it on yoga and bullshit. He's being not honest. He won't say it. He won't admit it, but we all know his hips hurt because Elisa is too rough when she pegs him. That's the problem with his hips. She went too hard on that ass. Accidentally signed up for A-list and couldn't cancel it for 3 months. Saw a lot of movies to get my money's worth. My AMC is super nice though. Yeah. I mean, that AMC is up in a different. The AMC around me is up in a different town, but I mean, it's still only like 20 minutes away. So that's not that bad. Mostly highway. But yeah, I mean, if I believe that. That's hilarious. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't see the stream live to fucking super chat that shit because I totally would have. I'd have risked being banned just to make that joke. That shit would have been funny. Well, as usual, Streamlabs is like, you don't get your own fucking bucks, bitch. What are you guys doing on bucks? I am curious. Let me see, Dan. Almost up to 1 million. Look at you. Well, you had that run. What was it? Wednesday or last Saturday or something? You were just. If you'd have been at a craps table, you'd be in good shape right now with those rolls. That's for fucking sure. Finish Unity, you motherfucker! Can't be Felix when he's dead. That's funny. But yeah, he I mean, all the motherfucking trolls messing with him about Unity, you know, bringing up the Range Rover. What up, Griff? Bringing up the Range Rover that I don't think he ever bought. And all that other shit. But he really does kind of need to get that shit out. Or refunds. One of the two. I'm not to that point yet. I'm willing to be patient for it, but you know, you want your mofo hoodie? I understand. I want my goddamn comic. I see the streamer Josh called me out about trolling about Unity. Maybe. I listen to the streams in the car mostly when I'm, well, on stream days, like the beginning of them on my way home from work, and then, you know, if I have running out and about to do shit, sometimes I get 2 days behind on the stream just because I don't really watch them at home. Like on the replay. I just mostly do the replay in my car. And I do recall Josh calling someone out about Unity, but that was one of the times when I was kind of concentrating more on the driving than the stream. So I remember him calling someone out. I didn't realize it was you. That's funny. As long as I don't remember what I paid for with Unity. Yeah, I mean, true. Like, I haven't logged into the fucking... What's that thing even called that we gave him money on? Like, I didn't even log into that, whatever the fuck that is, to download Chapter 2. I have Chapter 1 in my hard drive somewhere. All I got was like... I think all I got was like just the... Yeah, that's what I got. Spicy Dan. Derpy, I could not find that fucking Doomsday clip. Okay, here's what you need to do, Derpy. First of all, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Everyone hit the like, but if you're new, like, I'm not sure. No, you're good, dude. I don't mind. Here's what I would love for you to do, though, if you don't mind. It shouldn't take too long. If you have a link to that, I won't be able, I would definitely not show it on here. I like having my channel. But join my Discord that I just dropped into the chat, and drop a link in the general so we can all enjoy that. I saw someone describe it as like super heavily pixelated and pretty much looks like shit, but I want to see it. I want to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Again, if you're new, thanks for stopping by. If you're already a subscriber, cool. I'm sorry I don't remember. I don't know everybody's name. But if you're a regular, I'll remember. Anyway. Yeah, no, I could not find it, but I do want to see it. For sure. For sure I do. Because I'm one of those people where, like, real quick, that leap, you have it? Oh, to be sure. Definitely not putting on any sort of media. Well, why don't we do it this way then? That's my @ on the TwitX. Follow me and DM it. Callisto! What's up? You paid $250? I was thinking, I wonder how much I could have made in interest on that if it was in a savings account. I don't know. Aren't most like standard savings accounts have a fucking minuscule amount of interest on them though? Yeah, welcome, Callisto. It's good to see you. I have no idea if you've been in Josh's chat because I only get to watch the replay, and that motherfucker doesn't even do the live chat half the time or enable it on the replay. So appreciate you stopping by. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Excuse me one moment. I gotta blow my schnoz. Very real clip is rough to see. Yeah, that's what I heard. It's like very rough cut, very pixelated. I saw people on the Twitter who saw it, but obviously they're intelligently not sharing it in any way, shape, or form. Because I assume they like their Twitter accounts. Yeah, under no circumstances would I show it on here either. I like my channel. And also, I still haven't figured out how to pipe the sound from a page onto StreamYard. I can do it in Streamlabs, no problem, but I'm beginning to strongly suspect that it's Streamlabs that's fucking up my computer. But I don't want to uninstall it because we can still have our gambling fund since it's on my hard drive, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm not a techie. I don't know this shit. Oh, I have trouble keeping up with all the shit you can do just on Windows 11. There isn't any sound anyway. Oh, that makes it work. But yeah, no, I'm not. I would not do that. Like I said, I like having a channel. You know, if I was monetized, they could just demonetize the stream and they'd probably let it go with that because that's happened to Josh any number of times. He shows something and then I watch the replay and there's no ads. I know he fucked up. Yeah, no, I would never put on the live because I'll just get struck. Don't think the effects are done? That wouldn't surprise me. I would imagine that clip has to come from, what do they call that fucking thing? An assembly cut. It's probably from an assembly cut. Hell, it might even just be from a daily. You know? Definitely seems legit. I mean, I want to put eyeballs on it. And it's... Unless someone put a lot of effort into it to pixelate it and make it look like shit, despite being generated by AI. I mean, if they want to put that kind of work into it, you know, bully for them. But even if it ends up not being real, I still want to see it. I like to know things. Yep. All right. You don't think it's AI? Well, that's dope. That would be very, very cool. Okay. Lots of accounts were taken down. Oh, I imagine so. I imagine so. I mean, there's any number of accounts that got toasted from that Spider-Man shit. Speaking of which, next Wednesday, baby. Tickets drop. Oh, you saved at the end posting? Yeah, hell no. Yeah, tickets pre-sales begin next Wednesday, and we'll supposedly get the yeah, send it to both of us. Did you catch my Twitter handle? Because I'll fucking drop it again. who's going to the Prime screenings. I don't think there are any near me. I never really checked though. Just fuck around and check that. God, man. Yeah, you gotta sign up on Fandango, but where are they? You're really gonna make me go to Fandango instead of just fucking telling me? Fine. Wednesday, July 29th. What? Oh, shit. They're actually doing one at the MJR by me. My gird. And at the EMAG? Really? Oh, it's going to be in ScreenX in my theater. It's coming soon, okay. Well, how much are they? Fuck. And when do the tickets go on sale? Shit. Chat. There is now officially a slim possibility that we will not. Well, actually, no, because this is going to be 2.5 hours. Okay, yeah, there's now a slim chance we will not have a Wednesday night stream on the 29th. I'm on Fandango. I didn't think it'd be anywhere near me, but oh my god. Of course, if I miss exactly when tickets go on sale, and they'll probably go on sale while I'm at work. Which means I'll miss it, and we'll probably still have a stream. Like, honestly, that's probably how it's going to work out. But still, I didn't think I even had a chance. So see that bitch day? Well, 2 days, but really just 1 day early because, Thursdays. Going to see Supergirl on an early screening? That's cool. I'm going to go see it, but not early. But I am going to go see it. Yeah, it really isn't that much about Yeah, I gotta figure out how to pipe the sound that would normally, from like a web page or some shit from YouTube through StreamYard where you guys can hear it. I have not figured out how to do that. It just plays right out of my tower speaker. It's annoying. I need to figure that out. Yeah, well. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh yeah, Derpy, since you're on X, find me and then start retweeting all the Stargate shit that I tweet. We are going after Amazon hardcore, we Stargate fans. They gave us hope and then they fucking snatched it away. And we want our goddamn Stargate show back that they were going to make, motherfuckers. So, yeah, I know. I don't see you in chat that often. I'm asking a lot of you, but also please. Just got back in. Nope, you haven't missed anything. We've just been chit chatting. We're all trying to get Derpy to share the Doomsday clip that's going around out there that he has that I don't. That I'm hoping he'll give me. That's a family errands, dude. Always. Don't use X for research purposes. Right. The question is what exactly are you researching? Allegedly, there is a Doomsday clip lurking. Whether it's actual, of course, you know, um, you know, who really knows? But it seems, from what I'm seeing out there, it seems like the chances of it being legit are greater than not. Yep. As I'm given to understand, it's of very poor quality visually, and there's no sound. That's according to Derpy, who is, again, hopefully going to be super awesome and DM it to a couple of us. Yeah, no. Oh, you could join the Discord and DM it to me there too, by the way, if you're not comfortable using Twitter. Okie dokie. Actually, you know what? No, I didn't want to fucking do that. God damn it. Oh, you're not gonna let me do two windows at once. You cunt. All right. It's so weird. So you guys remember how I was talking about I had a StreamYard page in dark mode, and I'm like, where the fuck did all my option buttons go? They literally only had two, and then I put it back to light mode for this one, and all the option buttons that I had before are back again. Like, what the fuck? What is this? Wah, wah, wah. I don't think I want to click this button, but I also don't. What? Oh, that's what that's for. Okay, don't need to. Cool. All right, chat. You guys want to get into the news? There actually, again, there really isn't too much of it unless you guys heard about something that I didn't or that I overlooked or what have you. Then I'll be more than bring it up. We'll be more than happy to discuss it, of course. But what I have bookmarked isn't a whole hell of a lot. But what the Batman shit's pretty meaty though. We can dig into that probably for a while. The Dragon Season 3 is coming out soon. Yes. Father's Day. A week from Sunday. Happy Father's Day, boys. For one of our presents, we get the fucking massive ass battle of the whatever the fuck it's called. I forget. What's it called? Battle of the I don't know. Anyway, that big ass motherfucking battle, the bloodiest battle. We get that. Only problem is that motherfucker's coming out on Sundays. And I'm not doing a fucking watch party on Sunday. Love y'all, but no, I got shit. I got Sundays is for other shit. Yes, both of those were dope. All right, guys. Let us do item number 1. Marvel updates posts that Mahershala Ali will reportedly appear as Blade in Avengers Secret Wars, and then drops a YouTube link, which I would... Nay! Oh, I'm so hard to hear that. That's all right, dude. You handle family shit. So I would click on here and take us to where it goes and play it for you. But again, I can't get motherfucking sound yet from another webpage through what is this, a webpage, because StreamYard is here internet based. So I am not able to play the clip for you, but, and we'll be talking about this dude again later. The clip is from Thursday night's Hot Mic with John Roca and Jeff Schneider, whom we will be speaking of in the not too distant future. But according to Mr. Schneider, Mr. Ali will be finally making his on-screen debut as Blade in Secret Wars. Now, we've suspected this for a while, or speculated about this for a while, but it has also been speculated about that we might not see him till, I don't know, Midnight Suns or some shit. But, yeah. So, according to Jeff Schneider, we suspected this, yes. Just in terms of the amount of variance that you need for, like, Battle World and shit. Not to mention, Secret Wars is, being used as the reset button, so it's also a good place to introduce characters. We were expecting Wesley Snipes, not Ali. Oh, we were expecting both, actually. It was looking a lot more likely that Wesley Snipes, that it was going to be Wesley Snipes for a while. He was more likely, but Ali has never been completely ruled out. And we could still get both. I didn't watch the whole clip, but I don't think anyone honestly has said anything about, like, if one appears, the other definitely won't. Of like line that's ever going to be, yeah, I know. There's only one Blade. Never only going to be one Blade. That was pretty cool. And for a while, I was looking like the case, because, Mahershala came out on stage in 2019. And is now 2026. Oh no, Mahershala Ali be badass as Blade, in my opinion. For sure. Moon Knight Blade from Zombies was dope. Yes, he was. I gotta say, that was a damn fine variant. Not voiced by Mahershala, but, it was still pretty cute. No, I like Mahershala Ali a lot. I liked him in, what's that fucking show? House of Cards. He was really good in House of Cards. He was good as Cottonmouth in the first season of Luke Cage. Deadpool and Wolverine prophesied. Maybe. Maybe. But according to the Snyder, we're getting us some Ali. I like his rap songs too. Yes. That's right. Yeah, he's got bars. Mahershala has bars. But anyway, so hope he's right, because that'd be pretty cool. I've been wanting to see him in the leather and sunglasses and swinging his sword for a while now. He's gonna be dope. He's gonna be dope. Come on, show me some love, motherfucker. Fuck you. All right. Next up. So, Screen Rant. Where'd it go? There it is. That's right. I got it. How do I switch it? Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I have to do that. That's fucking tedious. Oh. Anyway. So, Screen Rant did an interview with Jason Momoa. Of course, because, it's press tour time for Supergirl. And of course, Adria Arjona was brought up. Is she Wonder Woman or is she not? So let us go through this article and see if we can glean anything from it. Okay. Again, this is from Screen Rant. Credit where it's due. The DC Universe is just getting started, but the world is already clamoring for the next big screen iteration of Wonder Woman. Of course, because we want our fucking Trinity. As Gal Gadot, however the fuck you pronounce it, I'm still not sure, is officially not part of the DCU's Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate. Neither's about half the shit he announced in that video from his basement. Actually, let me rephrase that. That video from a closet. Someone else will be filling Diana Prince's boots. While the Themyscira icon has her own movie in development at DC Studios, the franchise has yet to cast someone in the role. I will add officially. In an interview with Screen Rant's at Ash Crossan? Oh, there's like 3 different ways. For the upcoming Supergirl movie, Jason Momoa, who is bringing Lobo to life in the 2026 entry, was asked about the future DCU characters he thinks he'd vibe with the most or want them to join the alien bounty hunter at the bar. The former Aquaman actor brought up Wonder Woman, which is the hero that many think Adria Arjona, who is dating him in real life, is playing in Man of Tomorrow. Well, so Momoa is blasting Bix. Alrighty then. Lucky motherfucker. Not signing in a fucking Screen Rant. Fuck you. Anyway. Sorry, I just had to process that for a second. I didn't know they were banging, but okay, rock on. So Jason Momoa says Wonder Woman would be just as great to hang out with. Screen Rant, I'm rooting for my girl Adria. I just got to say, Momoa, she's hot. Screen Rant, she's hot. Momoa, she's hot. I mean, I think we can all agree with that shit. I can see her as Wonder Woman. She's been in the gym. Like, she posted a pic about it. And she still managed to put on another 10 or so pounds of muscle, that would be beneficial. But, yeah, we still don't know who played Batman. Yeah, it's true, we don't. Gun is fucking up. Anyway. So, I think we can all agree with Momoa and Screen Rant that Audrey Arjona is fucking hot. When Hot Girl was brought up as a suggestion to hang out with Lobo, Momoa loved the suggestion, bringing up how he and Isabella Merced, who is back for Man of Tomorrow movie, or not him necessarily, have worked together before. Oh yeah, it'd be fun. I like Hot Girl. I mean, and Isabella Merced played my daughter in a movie. Yeah, she played my daughter in Sweet Girl. The fuck is Sweet Girl? Any of y'all know about Sweet Girl? I know nothing. He continues, so I mean, obviously, yeah, I'd love to, just because we're actors. While Momoa don't know yet fully who else he would want to share the screen with, the Game of Thrones veteran wouldn't mind meeting David Cornsweet's Superman, or whoever ends up being the Dark Knight in James Gunn's franchise. I mean, Superman would be the top of my list. Batman would be good. I would be a fan of Cornsweet's Superman and Momoa's Lobo getting into a brawl. I think because Lobo is pretty much just as strong and durable as Superman. I mean, he can't fly. He doesn't have heat vision or any of that shit. But, like, in terms of fucking, just straight up strength and shit, he's pretty much right there. I'd love to see that fight. That'd be dope. That I would be down for. That is one hell of an illustration of Wonder Woman, I gotta say. I like it. Previously, Gunn has insisted that Wonder Woman is not joining the DCU through Man of Tomorrow. Well, like he'd fucking admitted if she was. I mean, I'm sure he wants to try and save surprises. But there have been conflicting reports about Arjona's supposed role. While The Hollywood Reporter has stated that it was unclear if Maxima was still the one that she had been tapped for, Deadline and Variety have claimed that is indeed who the Andor alum will play in the film. And that would be stupid as shit. Even though Momoa never responded with a yes, he also didn't say no, and he wouldn't say either way. Let's be honest, he's not as stupid as fucking, what's his goddamn name? The homie who plays Bruce Banner. Why his name totally escapes me right now. Anyway. Or Andrew Garfield. He's obviously a bit better with the media than those two. Why can I not think of the dude's name? Holy shit. Mark something, right? Ruffalo, yes, thank you. God. Anyway, but he also didn't say no, which will likely fuel the Wonder Woman speculations even further. If Arjona is playing Diana in Gunn's 2027 installment, it makes sense why the Lobo actor couldn't say anything at this time, as this would hypothetically be a major announcement that DC Studios may want to make on their own down the line. If they even want to, because again, surprise. Men of Tomorrow serves as a soft setup for the DC's Wonder Woman movie that is being written by Supergirl's Ann Noguera, and we'll see if we even want Ann Noguera to be writing that movie in a couple weeks. Time will tell if DC Studios is getting closer to having her reboot go into production in the near future. As of writing, the project still doesn't have a set release date yet. True that. Supergirl, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that was an interesting article with a whole lot of nothing in it. Just basically they were just shooting the shit and Wonder Woman came up. And Momoa was like, she's hot. Sorry about that. That was a whole lot of not shit. Well, I guess that's that. I don't know. I still hope she's playing Wonder Woman and not Maxima. Santa. Like, that would just be dumb as fuck. Her being Maxima would be dumb as fuck. It would be further proof that Gunn is once again letting his penchant for lesser known characters get the better of him. I mean, he got away with it with Guardians. He really hasn't gotten away with it since. And he still hasn't learned his lesson. Like dog. You get the big ones in the game, and then you bring in the support players. Or you bring in a support player or two with the big gun. You know? Like Thor also brought us Hawkeye. Iron Man 2 also brought us Black Widow. Yeah, there's 4 of your Avengers right there. Then you add in Hulk and Captain America, who had to be, on their own. And poof, Avengers. That's how that shit's supposed to work. Coke Zero's better than Diet. Coke Zero's pretty good. I like Coke Zero. But I also like my diet. And Mrs. Chillin prefers diet to Coke Zero, so there's that too. Off. I'm anticipating Clayface the most comic book movies this year, but they're shooting themselves not introducing Wonder Woman and Batman earlier. 100%. The foundation of DC is, like, especially when it comes to the general audience, which is who you have to have if you want a fucking $1 billion movie. No general audience, no $1 billion movie. Period. The end. Done. Finito. If you don't have a general audience, you ain't making that big bank. Just that simple. And guess what the general audience knows about DC? They know about Superman, they know about Batman, they know about Wonder Woman, they know about the Justice League, maybe Aquaman, maybe even Green Lantern. But the farther you go down the list, the less chance they're like heard of / give a fat baby fuck about, I think Flash should be introduced soon. I think he should probably be one of the first ones after the Trinity is established. Yeah, he's a big part of the Justice League. He's a dope character. And, I mean, shit, at the pace Gunn is introducing characters, it'll be plenty long enough after that fucking Ezra Miller debacle of a Flash movie. But I do think they should bring him in probably under a Justice League banner movie. Like, he gets introduced, joins the Justice League, and then maybe he gets a solo movie. Like, they need to introduce him. Well, again, they need to get the fucking Trinity going yesterday. But while they're finishing introducing the Trinity, they can bring him. I would say him and Green Lantern. Would probably be the next two I think that should be in. Yeah, definitely Flash and Green Lantern should be next. Although, actually, nope. My bad. We're getting our John Stewart Green Lantern in Man of Tomorrow. That's like official. That's not a rumor. So we'll have our Green Lantern, which really makes me wonder what the fuck is going to happen to Hal Jordan and Lanterns this in August. Will he be dead? Will he be recalled to Oa for some reason? Reassigned to a different territory or whatever they fucking quadrant, whatever they call that shit? Will he be killed? Will he become Parallax? Which is entirely possible considering there's Parallax and Fear are intertwined, and they were talking about Are You Afraid? The entire damn most recent trailer, which is the trailer they should have fucking led with, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. But that most recent Lanterns trailer is the one they should have led with, and then done another one after. But anyway, I've already had that rant when that most recent trailer came out. But yeah, so we're going to be getting our Green Lantern. They better not kill Hal. We still haven't had a Hal that's been done properly in live action. Closest thing we have to that is Ryan Reynolds' glowy ass movie. But although I gotta say, at least that shit was glowy and green. I don't know what the fuck that pseudo armory fucking drab dull beat the fuck suit of Hal Jordan is. I mean, the Green Lantern suit isn't even supposed to be like clothes. It's generated with the power ring traditionally. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? That, of course, might have been a budget thing. You know, that might have been a little too much of VFX for HBO's wallet for whatever fucking reason. Do I think James Gunn will be shooting himself casting lesser-known actors in his movies like he did the Guardians movies? I don't know if you can say he cast lesser-known actors. I mean, he had Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and Dave Bautista in there, and fucking Bradley Cooper voicing Rocket, and goddamn Vin Diesel voicing Groot. I don't think you can say he cast lesser-known actors in Guardians. And Kurt Russell was Ego in Guardians 2. Yeah, he definitely did not cast lesser-known actors in the Guardians movies. The Guardians and their associated characters are lesser-known characters, especially for the general audience. At least they were up until that point. But yeah, lesser-known actors is not a thing. Even the homie who played the High Evolutionary is pretty famous. I can't remember his name, but oh shit! Did you guys see? I gotta go find this. Give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. I have to find this shit. Oh, no. Have you guys seen the drink cup for Supergirl? Have you guys seen that shit? Oh yeah, Kevin Bacon in the Christmas special. Oh yeah, Stallone is the lead, and fucking Rooker. I mean, everyone knows Rooker. He's been in fucking everything. Yeah, and Stallone is the leader of the Ravagers, right? Ravagers? Yeah, definitely. Lesser known actors in the Guardians is definitely not a thing. So you've seen it? All right. For the rest of you who may not have seen it, you guys ready? This is the Supergirl drink cup. The only less known actors are his brother and wife. Yeah, pretty much. All right, but you guys ready for this? I'm just going to let you process that for a minute. I know it's a jacket, but you can't tell me penis doesn't come into your brain when you see that. Pause. And I could not think of a fucking good penis joke for this when I saw it. But then one of the people I follow came up with this. He says, Did this cup just get circumcised? That is literally the best response to that I've seen. Because, I mean, it fucking looks like skin's being removed. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I don't know who approved that, but they're either a complete and utter idiot or they have the same level of humor I do and decided to fucking put it out there for everybody. Although this meme that my wife sent me off Facebook, and I don't know if you guys saw it shared in the Discord, but surprised they didn't follow Dune's Popcorn Bucket Road. Oh, you mean the you mean the bucket that was supposed to be a sandworm, but that looked like something you put your own sandworm in? Yeah. But this just fucking kills me. The look on his face is that's what makes this whole thing like hilarious. Look at that smug anticipatory look. Exactly, to infinity and beyond. These nuts. But yeah, that look on his face is. Wait, why is that not coming through? Not zoom. Why is it only zooming in on my monitor? What the fuck? Okay, but no, whatever. That smug look on his face is fucking amazing. Oh shit. So there we go. Little moment of perverted levity. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I did. All right. So next little tidbit that we're going to talk about here. According to My Time to Shine, hello. Avengers Secret Wars will have multiple versions of the Hulk and Thor. Multiple versions of Hulk and Thor, chat. I am actually pleased with this development. Not that we're super surprised. Do you think Lex Luthor's current look looks like? I'm like, but yes, 100%. That was my first thought. I'm like, who dipped Buzz Lightyear in green and purple paint? Exactly. Thor core. I mean, that's the most obvious conclusion if you're talking about multiple versions of Thor. And that's obviously quite appropriate because, Hickman. Y'all know what the Thor core is, right? fuck ton of Thor variants acting as Doom's police on Battleworld. So that'll be dope. But what are we talking about with multiple Hulks? What are we talking about with multiple versions of the Hulk? Well, got a couple different possibilities. The more hopeful possibility is we're talking like a Joe Fixit, a World Breaker Hulk, Maestro, Greenland, exactly. Eric Bana, no. Thank you. I'm good. I'd rather have Norton, but that'll never fucking happen because he and Feige fucking hate each other. So we're never getting that. So I suppose I could settle for Eric Bana, but I'd rather they just had Ruffalo do like 4 of them. Well, maybe not. But yeah, I would love a World Breaker Hulk. I would love a Maestro Hulk. Hell, give me a Joe Fixit. Fucking pay Harrison Ford so much fucking money he can't refuse to be Red Hulk again. But that may or not be the case. I have no idea why, but they had massive behind the scenes shit when they were doing the Incredible Hulk movie. Yeah, no, they fucking hate each other. I mean, Norton is a fucking diva. And he didn't understand that he's in what's supposed to become a shared universe with through lines, and therefore there are restrictions. And I would imagine Edward Norton chafed heavily at said restrictions. This is all pure speculation, but it's also basic human psychology. If you're a fucking diva, you don't like being told what to do, and if you're the creator of what's supposed to be a shared universe and you have specific things in mind and directions you want to go, then yeah, you got to impose restrictions. So that's how I imagine it went. Something similar to that. Diva v. Management versus, because it's a 2-syllable word. If you know, you know. But there's also the other possibility for multiple Hulks chat. Y'all remember? God, was that fucking going on 2 years ago now, I think? That leaked concept art for Secret Wars. That showed the medieval village. In the foreground was Hulk, She-Hulk, and Surfer Boy Scar. And then in the background were more Hulks and some normal-ass humans. All in this medieval village. So it could very well be that. The art for the Shrek sequel. Kinda, yeah. But yeah, so that could be the multiple Hulks. Is the medieval village of Hulks and normal people. Which also indicates that we're not dealing with savagery here. Like, we're dealing with Hulks in control with a certain level of intelligence. We're dealing with a fuck ton of smart Hulks, basically. Now, are they all Bruce Banner, Professor Hulk level smart Hulk? No. I mean, She-Hulk's pretty smart. She's a lawyer, but she's still not on fucking Bruce Banner's level. Not many people are. He's like, what, top 5 or 6 in the entire Marvel universe when it comes to intelligence? He's like right up there with Stark and T'Challa, I think. And Amadeus Cho. So that's the other option. Now, here's the cool part. Even if we're talking medieval village of Smart Hulks does not necessarily preclude a World Breaker Hulk or a Maestro Hulk or a Red Hulk. One does not mean the other one can't happen. Like Maestro could be running all of Greenland like he is in the Hickman thing. We could still get a Maestro. The savage versions of Hulk that do exist are probably exiled from civilization, like that medieval village. You know, they could just be out in the wild, hulking around, maybe even fighting with each other. Who the hell knows? So yeah, it could very well be we have the leak concept art type of Hulks, and we could still have like the super badass ones out there too. Hopefully, obviously we all want both, right? So one doesn't preclude the other, but on the other hand, it could be one or, but I want it to be both and. And of course, who doesn't want a fucking Thor core? Question is how apeshit are they going to go with Thor variants? Are they going to bring back Jane Foster from Valhalla? Or will that actually happen in Doomsday as a result of Thor's prayer for help? There are rumors that Odin's answer to that prayer is going to be to empty out Valhalla, which would be dope. Because, you know, that involves Jane Foster Thor. Hopefully that would involve Heimdall. That kind of thing. But that's rumored for Doomsday. So, are they going to be working the fuck out of Hemsworth for Secret Wars? Maybe. What it'll probably be is just like 2 or 3 that actually do shit. And then the rest will be CGI just for in numbers to come smashing into things. I would imagine that's how they're going to do that shit. That's how I imagine they'll do it. Ooh, this beat's fat. Ooh, there we go. Finally. Thank you, Streamlabs. About fucking time. Anywho, so that's pretty cool. I hope she's right. Multiple Thors and multiple Hulks. Bring it on, baby. Oh, shit. Is it already that time? I told you there wasn't a lot of fucking news. Yeah. We're to the big story already, chat. Oh, damn. Look at Griff. Why do you get more for rolling 90 than you do for 99? Oh, maybe because I said gamble all. Yeah, Spicy Dan's still up there over 900K. I mean, yay for him. Did y'all see the new X-Men Season 2 trailer yet? We'd watch it together, but again, I don't know how to get sound through this bitch. It's pretty badass. I watched it. All right. Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this one before we get into the biggie. So, Vincent D'Onofrio had an interview recently with I don't fucking know who because it doesn't say in this tweet. But they highlighted a few things he said, so let's check it out. You haven't watched it yet? You need to watch it yet. So do you, Brooke. All right, so Vincent D'Onofrio talks about Daredevil Born Again Season 3 in a new interview with no one. Season 3 will touch on how Fisk's size and nature as a child pushed him toward darkness. Do we really need to go back into Fisk's childhood again? Like, they went into it on the Netflix Daredevil. Like, his dad's an asshole and an abuser. And Fisk beat his head in. So, yeah, I don't know that we need to get back into that, but as long as it really is just touch on, in other words, like something they only dick around with in one episode, that's cool. That's all right. There's going to be a lot of action in the third season and emotional journeys as well. Well, I mean, that's what you're supposed to have in this show, so cool. We are well into it, and we are trying our hardest to make it different than the other two, but at the same, it's super Daredevil-esque. I don't know that I'd have used the word Daredevil-esque. I probably would have phrased it as, but at the same time, it's very Daredevil. You know what I mean? We need more When I Was a Boy memes. Do we, though? You said it's just one scene? Oh, did you watch the whole interview? Well, that's good. But yeah, I would have definitely used a different word than Daredevil-esque. That's not a confidence instilling word. That'd be like saying Man of Tomorrow is going to be Superman-esque. This doesn't sound good. Oh well. Spent a lot of time with directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead for season 3. We had a particular thing to do that was very hard, and we pulled it off. Now that's curiosity inducing. They pulled off something that was very hard. Pause. Speaking of should have chose words better. Okay. And then we end up with something that happened yesterday when we're shooting the third season. These guys, Kevin Feige and Louis D'Esposito, they back us 100% creatively. They give us complete freedom. I wonder what these fucking bracketed dots mean. I mean, obviously it means there's more shit he said, but I would love to know what it was. I mean, again, we could watch this clip, but I can't get sound from here to over on the StreamYard. Anyway, they just keep saying, make it better, make it better. Well, I mean, that's a sentiment I can agree with. That is definitely a sentiment I can agree with. Season 2 was an improvement over Season 1, 100% for sure. But yeah, I mean, if Season 3 can be an improvement over Season 2, which is not an impossible task. Season 2 is good. It was pretty good, but, you know, it definitely had its flaws. And it could have been better. So, an exhortation for them to make it better is something I hope they actually can pull the fuck off. Hopefully he meant Netflix Daredevil-esque. What are you talking about, dude? Netflix Daredevil's still better than this version. So, yeah, outside of the Daredevil-esque, I like that. I like what he had to say. Daredevil-esque is what season 1 was, and barely that, except for the first 20 minutes in the last 2 episodes. Yeah. Oh, good God, I get what you're saying now. Fuck me. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. I'm a little slow on the uptick on that one. My bad. My bad, Delta Dan. Holy shit. I think I should have more of my second thing. It'll help me think better. All right. The thing hurts my ear. I need better. I need better. A few different things. All right. All right. I need a fresh beverage. Let's see if I can find my thing here. Actually, I'm not going to be gone that long. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a pee break too. What the fuck? Oh, dummy. Wait, what the hell was that? Oh, that's interesting. All right. No, that one. All right. I'll be back in a bit. Enjoy. In case you didn't know, Callisto, we're gooners. What the fuck? Oh, just not break. Alrighty. Enough of that for you guys. No, good. Boop. All right. All right, chat. It's time to get into the big story. So, a while back we talked about the Batman Part 2 casting. Obviously, we knew about Pattinson because he's the fucking star. But then we heard that there was going to be a Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson in this movie. I think we heard about her first, if I recall correctly. And then we heard about him. And then Jeff Snyder on the hot mic said he's playing Harvey Dent and she's playing Gilda Dent. And they're looking to cast her dad, or his dad, Christopher Dent. And then, what was it, a few weeks ago or what have you, Charles Dance, a.k.a. Tywin Lannister, was cast, and Brian Tyree Henry was cast in this movie. The Matt Reeves started dropping tweets about everyone that was in it. So we're like, okay, cool. So it's going to be Tywin Lannister's Christopher Dent, and who the fuck knows who Brian Tyree Henry is going to be. And that's been the case for a few weeks now. But as of yesterday, Jeff Snyder has come out with a whole new story about this shit. And remember, he's the one who gave us that other info in the first place. So, oops. Get out of there. That I have to do it this way, but okay. All right. So Jeff wrote a big old fucking article about this shit, and who is actually, according to this news source, who is actually playing who, and it ain't who we fucking thought. So, like to hear it go. Actually, let me do it that way. There we go. So this is from Jeff Snyder's newsletter that he dropped yesterday. Hot rumor. The truth about the Batman Part 2, Harvey Dent and Sebastian Stan's real role. What? What do you mean his real role? Well, let's see. Last month, I received a tip from a Batman insider alleging that newcomers Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, and Charles Dance were not playing the characters we've all assumed they're playing. The tipster claimed that Stan was playing a different villain, that Dance and Johansson were playing father and daughter, and that someone else was playing Harvey Dent. While I first reported that the Batman Part 2 would follow the Dent family, Harvey, Gilda, and Christopher, that reveal did seem a little too easy to me. It was never confirmed by the studio, director Matt Reeves, or any of the actors. Which is also to say that I no longer believe that's the case. I believe we've all been had, and I humbly apologize for my part in that. So he admits it. However, I'm now here to correct my mistake. This week, a second source reached out. A source I've dealt with once before, who was right about a very hush-hush piece of information that I broke a while back. The second source told me they know Stan's real role in the Batman Part 2. They told me how they came upon the sensitive information and asked me to keep it under my hat for a few days, which I did. In the interim, I went back to my first source, who confirmed what the second source told me. I now have a third source as well. Damn. I didn't realize it was all about that. That's cool. So we're up to 3 sources on this now. That, in the journalistic world, 3 sources is more than enough for your editor to give you the go-ahead to write a story. By the way, I don't know if y'all knew that, but yeah, if he worked for a fucking newspaper and was like, I have the story, And the editor would be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he'd be like, I have three sources on this." And the editor would be like, "Oh shit. All right, do your thing." So, yeah, fucking three sources. Moving on now. Before I reveal the character, I'd like to remind you of a few things. One, I believe someone somewhere along the way has said that the Batman Part 2 would be another serial killer story, murder mystery. 2, Reeves has said that this villain has never truly been done in a movie before. That is true. Well, if we've never seen the character on the big screen, I have a feeling that Reeves would have just said that. By saying he's never really been done in a movie before, Reeves seems to be implying that the character has in fact been done, and the character I'm about to name did appear briefly in Batman Begins, as well as Birds of Prey. He also had a major role in the CW series Gotham. Now that's a fact. 3, Stan has a shaved head and he's been bulking up. Ask yourself, why would Stan need to bulk up if he's playing Harvey Dent? And how many well-coiffed district attorneys have shaved heads? Ladies and gentlemen, I have confirmed with multiple sources that Stan is in fact playing serial killer Victor Zsasz, whose last name is a palindrome, by the way. Zsasz was a wealthy and successful businessman who lost his massive fortune after gambling against the Penguin in a high-stakes game. Devastated by the loss of his wealth and his parents' deaths, he attempts suicide, but when an attacker tries to rob him on the bridge he plans to jump from, Zsasz overpowers the man and kills him. He comes to view that the act as a gift that spared the man, and he sets out to free people who no longer value their lives, much like Jigsaw in the Saw franchise. That was actually my first thought before reading that. The character fits the serial killer description, has been done in movies before, but not really, and Stan physically looks the part. So, if he's not Harvey Dent, who is? Is he even in this story? Well, yes. I'm told that Brian Tyree Henry will be playing Harvey Dent. He won't be the first black actor to play Dent in live action, as Billy Dee Williams played the character in Tim Burton's 1989 movie Batman. As for Johansson and Dance's roles, my sources have opted to keep them under wraps. The one said they aren't playing big names in the Batman universe, but more like a meld of different characters. One of my sources told me that the Batman Part 2 script features some weird and interesting takes, while another one said that Reeves' use of Zsasz as the villain fits in with everyone telling me the movie is fucking crazy. Interesting. Meanwhile, I'm also told that the Court of Owls is indeed involved in the Batman Part 2. Aw, shit. The group is an ancient secret society of criminals and includes some of Gotham City's oldest and wealthiest families who have controlled Gotham from the shadows for centuries and enforced their will using a group of deadly assassins known as Talons. Could Dance be playing the Grandmaster whose family has led and controlled the Court of Owls for generations? Could Johansson be playing his daughter who dates Bruce Wayne in the comics and stands to take over the organization? Or is that too close to the Sophia Falcone storyline in The Penguin? I don't think so. I have a feeling that the true identities of Johansson, I think he meant Johansson, and Dance's characters might hint too much at the story being told here, and it was paramount to both of my sources that the sequel story not be spoiled, so I'm going to leave it there. But that's the big news. Sebastian Stan is Victor Zsasz, and Brian Tyree Henry is Harvey Dent. Boom! But wait, keep reading. Reeves is directing the Batman sequel from a script he co-wrote with Mattson Tomlin. SEO. Yeah, principal photography starts next week. Okay, cool. And all those monitor shots we've seen of the Batmobile were just test footage. Yeah, they dropped an image of a person with a clapboard, and in the blurred background looked like a body. But it is blurred. You couldn't tell who it is. Cast includes blah, blah, blah. The franchise newcomer Sebastian Koch, while Barry Keoghan is also expected to reprise his role as the Joker. Okay. Farrell has revealed that he's only in 2 small scenes in the Batman Part 2, and I'm told that DC and HBO are not moving forward with a second season of The Penguin, which will remain a limited series. Representative for DC declined to comment. Well, of course. Well, shit, chat. That's a lot. So let's go over this shit. So Sebastian Stan will not be Harvey Dent. Scarlett Johansson will not be Gilda Dent, and Charles Dance will not be Christopher Dent. We're not getting the Dents. Or at least we're not getting the Dents as a family. Sebastian Stan's going to be fucking Victor Zsasz. Let's start there. How do we feel about that shit? In general, how do we feel about another murder mystery? I mean, well, a murder mystery to Batman. We'll know who the killer is. Yeah, we, the audience, will know who the killer is. So, first of all, how do you feel about being yet another murder mystery for Batman, and also that Sebastian Stan is playing Victor Zsasz? Where are you guys at on this shit? Never even heard of this villain? Zsasz is crazy? Oh, very much so. Hey, Brennan. He wasn't in TAS. No, supposedly he had some weird version of him in Batman Begins. And but yeah, in the TV show Gotham, he had a massive part in that show. You want to start off Batman sounds crazy? I mean, yeah. What's your thoughts on Sebastian? Do you think he's hushed since he hinted at playing multiple characters? I didn't know he hinted at playing multiple characters, but if they're going to turn him into, what's Hush's actual name? Thomas something or other. If they're going to turn him into Hush after being Victor Zsasz, I don't know how they're going to pull that off. Honestly. Sorry you've been so MIA. Dude, you ain't got to apologize, man. If life's lifing, you got to take care of that shit first. You know, if you have time to escape into the basement, then, you know, cool. But handling business is always priority, man. Handling life is always priority. Sebastian casted Harley at first? Don't know. That was what Snyder's sources told him at first, was that we were getting the Dent family. And as he explained, he's like, we all got had on that one. Evidently, this is the real now. Now, as for it being a murder mystery, I mean, Batman deals with that shit a lot in the comics, too. Sometimes it's not a big mystery because, you know, Joker. But, you know, the Court of Owls story was a pretty good mystery. Yeah, so it's not like it's never been done in the comics. You know, it has fairly often. So them doing that again for a film, I'm not mad at it. Personally, the detective side as Batman has consistently been underutilized in cinema. So his detectiving being highlighted, I appreciate. We'll have to give the Batman another shot. I've watched it 3 times now, and it got better for me on each rewatch. Now, that doesn't guarantee shit. You know, you may feel differently, and, you know, cool. But yeah, I've actually appreciated it more the more I've watched it. So that's just me. So, but yeah, murder mystery in general, don't have a problem with it. The main villain being Victor Zsasz. That's an interesting choice. That's an interesting choice. I mean, a fitting choice for a murder mystery, but he's not like super well known unless you're like a Batman head. Again, the general audience who you need for the big bucks. They know Joker, they know Penguin. And again, that's kind of a bummer. We're not going to get a second season of that allegedly. We know Joker. We know they know Joker. They know Penguin. They probably know Catwoman. Those are probably the big three the general public know. I think rumors of Mr. Freeze appearing in Batman 2 is true. I mean, I suppose it's a possibility, but Reeves didn't really overload the first Batman movie with a fuck ton of villains. You had the Riddler, and then you had Marcone, and that's pretty much it for villains. Like he didn't whip out a gallery, So I don't know that he would just based on that. I don't know that he'd be dropping Mr. Freeze in there with Victor Zsasz and the Court of Fucking Owls. I know I'm in the minority among nerd Avengers, but I love the Batman, says Callisto. See, I appreciate it more. I still don't love it, but I definitely appreciate it more. Riddler. Oh yeah, general audience knows about Riddler. Penguin 2 and Joker in post-credit. I mean, you had a good chase scene with Penguin, but he was not the big dog. The big dog was Riddler, and then, as it turns out, in a historical sort of way, Marcone was also the big dog. So, yeah, I'm not going to say it's not possible for Mr. Freeze to be in that shit, but I think it's unlikely. Wasn't the Joker post-credit scene a deleted scene? The one where you saw his face was. But at the end of the movie, he did have a conversation with the Riddler, and you kind of saw him in a very dim profile. Like, you didn't get any kind of good look at him. Yeah, the deleted scene where it was, like, super bright and shit. Yeah. Yeah, that one was deleted. So, I'm not mad about it being Victor Zsasz. I mean, you Spicy Dan or Cube 2? Fuck y'all. I mean, good for you. So, I'm not mad about it being Victor Zsasz. It's It's an interesting choice for sure. I will say that. Unexpected. I think we can definitely go with an unexpected choice. Saw somewhere Stan was playing Hush. I feel like I remember that being thrown around. I don't think anyone like any of the regular names that handle the scooping / insider / rumor business, that never really went anywhere with them. So I'm gonna say that's got a low likelihood. I'll put it that way. Analyzing Sebastian seems too much like a pretty boy for Zsasz, but makeup does wonders. Yes, it does. Speaking of makeup, we're still getting Two-Face, but it ain't Sebastian. It's going to be Brian Tyree Henry as Harvey Dent. So we are getting our first black Harvey Dent since 1989, chat. Now, It's not like this is Reeves' first race swap. Jim Gordon was black in the Batman. Oh, Poison Ivy? Yeah. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, yeah. We're on Brian Tyree Henry as Harvey Dent. So, yeah, not the first black Harvey Dent, not Reeves' first race swap. So, this really shouldn't be surprising if this is the case. Ever since the 90s, Harvey was black. Oh, okay. See, every time you type TAS, my brain instantly goes The Amazing Spider-Man. I can't help it. I've always been more Marvel than DC. Don't get me wrong. I love DC, but I've always been more Marvel in terms of time spent and knowledge gained. Let an old man stretch. Oops. Stretch that right out. Yeah. So, insofar as the race swap goes, I don't give a fuck. Harvey being white is not essential to the character. It's tradition, but it's not essential. So I don't give two shits about that. Now, I'm trying to think if I've seen Brian Tyree Henry act in anything. Let me look up his filmography. Oops. What have you been in? There we go. Okay, so anything I've even fucking heard of? I've heard of White Boy Rick. Oh, he voiced Jefferson Davis in Into the Spider-Verse. That's cool. He was Carl in Joker. Little V Kong. Oh, he was Festus in Eternals. Okay. I think he's in better shape now. He was a little bit chunky back then. And Jeff Morales in Across the Spider-Verse. Jefferson Davis back to Jefferson Davis in The Spider Within, a Spider-Verse story. Godzilla X Kong. Oh, he was the voice of Megatron in Transformers 1, which I still haven't gone back and watched yet. And then he's going to be back to being Jeff Morales in Beyond the Spider-Verse. Batman Part 2 says TBA. That's funny. Okay. All right. So I am mildly familiar with him, but yeah, I think he's in much better shape than he was when he was Festus. At least one can hope. Oh, well. Okay, so he's a pretty good actor then. I enjoyed him as Festus. I think he did the role well. You know, he brought good emotion and shit to it. Oh, jeez. I thought you wrote Fatso's. And I was like, damn, dude. Man, I know he was chunky, but shit. Where's my mouse? There it is. So, how do you feel about Brian Tyree Henry being Harvey Dent / Two-Face? And he's going to end up as Two-Face. Probably not much, though. I don't think he's going to be Two-Face much in the movie. I feel like I saw that somewhere. I just can't remember where. Which actually makes sense, because if the murder mystery is essentially about Zsasz, I can see him in his role as DA pressuring fucking Gordon to be like, get this motherfucker so I can get him in jail. You know, that kind of thing. I feel like that could be his role for a vast majority of the movie, and then, something traumatizes his face, and now he's Two-Face again. Or not again, but now he's Two-Face. Which, if Reeves actually gets to make his third Batman movie, I can see that setting him up to be a main villain in that one. Oh, hey, buddy, you're back. Hi. Can you see the cat? Cat. 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 Look at the camera. Cat. Hey, buddy. Excuse me. So again, I'm saying interesting choice. I don't think a bad choice. I don't think Sebastian Stan is a bad choice for Zaz. I can see how some people would say he's being underutilized on a secondary villain. But I found Reeves' take on the Riddler pretty cool. The more I watched the movie, it threw me off the first time watching the movie. I'm like, this is a very odd interpretation of the Riddler, but I've come to appreciate it. So I feel like having Sebastian Stan as Victor Zsasz is kind of, sets the tone for the kind of casting that Matt Reeves does. Fucking Paul Dano is the Riddler. Who'd have seen that shit coming? So Sebastian Stan as Victor Zsasz actually kind of makes sense once you think about the tendencies that Reeves established in the first one. Doesn't bother me in the least, says Callisto. All I care about is that the core character portrayal is done right. That right there. Here, I'll put it up on the screen because she fucking nailed that shit. Boom, read that. Read it. Take it in. That's the core. That's the crux of it right there, yo. Just make sure the core of the character is done well. You're making it very hard for me to use my mouse. My daddy loves you. Ugh. I can't keep my shoulder up for that long. I'm middle-aged, bro. It needs a break. And it was abused a lot when I was younger, playing football. And it was abused in the tire warehouse, lifting semi-tires. It's been abused. Don't fucking tilt your ears at me like that, asshole. Fucking give me that judgy cat bullshit. Yeah, the cat likes the mouse. Yeah, I know, right? Well, he likes to block my access to it is what he likes to do. Oop. Anyway, so right, Ryan, that's Malice, short for Malistrix, which is the name of a dragon in books I like. Yeah, I went that route with it. I went fantasy nerd with him. Yeah. Yeah, I went fantasy nerd to name you. And then when we got our other cat, when he was like super kitten. He's a black tuxedo. He's got a black spot under his nose. So the first time Mrs. Chillin saw a picture of him, she's like, "Oh, he's got a smudge on his nose." It's like, okay, fine, but we're putting a Darth in front of it. He can be Darth Smudge. Little did I know I was predicting the future. I love him to death. He's so adorable, but he's also a little asshole. Like he starts shit. So little did I know I may have cursed myself with that. Don't look at me in that tone of voice. I know, I stopped petting you. Holy shit. Fine. That judgmental glare when you stop petting a cat before they're ready for you to stop. Fucking hilarious. Anyway, yes, back to Two-Face. Again, somewhat unconventional casting, as Matt Reeves has shown us that he's more than willing to do. I mean, let's face it, Robert Pattinson was an unconventional casting as Batman, right? And it didn't stop there. Who would have thought to fucking hire Zoe Kravitz to be Catwoman? Although I am mad about it. Damn, that's a beautiful woman. You know, now Andy Serkis is Alfred. That one makes sense. That might be the most normal casting outside of John Turturro as Carmine Falcone in the entire movie. Right? Colin fucking Farrell is the Penguin, and then you bury him in all that fucking makeup, and then, I say he disappears into the role, and it's not just because of the makeup. I mean, the makeup obviously helps, but like he literally becomes somebody else. It's crazy. There's a lot of actors out there who like are really good in roles, but there's still a lot of them in it. And then there's other actors who can only be themselves. The Rock and Momoa being two of the biggest ones. But yeah, Colin Farrell fucking kills it as the Penguin, dude. It's insane how there's zero Colin Farrell in there at all. Adorable people are prone to be assholes. I mean, that's true. I'm a bit of an asshole myself, and look at me. Sorry, had to. Anyway. Damn, fucking ADD. Right. Reeves in his casting. He does mostly unconventional casting. So, coming from it from that perspective, Sebastian Stan as Victor Zsasz and Brian Tyree Henry as Harvey Dent kind of make a lot of sense from that perspective, you know? And then, of course, now we have no fucking idea who Charles Dance and Scarlett Johansson are playing. Like, his sources wouldn't give him that because it would be too big of a spoiler. But they were willing to give him Court of Owls. And so the speculation he put forth in his article about them being like the father and daughter scions of a massively wealthy family who's also part of the Court of Owls makes a lot of sense. Now, let me be clear. Us assholes get along. Yes. Brown eyes got to stick together. And if you time it right, that could literally happen. Just saying. Anyway, so again, that was pure speculation on Jeff's part. He was not reporting that. He was just throwing that out there as a scenario that makes a lot of sense. And I 100% agree. That's a scenario that makes a lot of fucking sense. I mean, Charles Dance as a rich, manipulative asshole. I feel like there's a role he had before that indicates that he'll probably be good in that kind of role here. But I just can't think of a role specifically where Charles Dance was a rich, conniving, power-hungry asshole. I don't know, but I feel like he's well primed for that kind of role. Yeah, obviously Tywin fucking Lannister can do that shit again. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I stopped petting him, and he realized it, and I got the fucking glare again. Scarlet Poison Ivy. I mean, I'd be down. I'd be very down. But if Jeff's right, that's probably not the case. Now, I saw someone throw out Phantasm for ScarJo. Because if I remember right, her dad is pretty rich too, yeah? Or no? I feel like her dad is rich. So that's also a possibility. But honestly, if we're bringing in the Court of Owls, I like Scarlet and Charles as one of the rich elites that's part of the court. ScarJo's no Uma. Yeah. And for Poison Ivy, yeah, but I could still see her as Poison Ivy. Like, you're killing me tonight, man. Charles Vance was the master vampire in Dracula Untold, and he blew everyone away. Whatever role he plays, I'm ready for it. I have not seen Dracula Untold, but now I kind of want to. And I like Dracula stories. I just never got around to that one. How about that? So, chat. How do we feel about all that fucking info that Jeff dropped on us? Sebastian Stan, Victor Zsasz. Brian Tyree Henry as Harvey Dent and eventually Two-Face. And ScarJo and Charles dance in roles that his source would not give him, because if he did, somehow the revelation of those roles would spoil a big part of the movie. But he was told the Court of Owls is involved, and then made a very, very sensible speculation that Charles and ScarJo could be rich elites that are part of said Court of Owls. I am down for all of it, to varying degrees. I still have to decide. I mean, Victor Zsasz is a very interesting character. Not super high up in the Rogues Gallery, but he's definitely not middle or low. He's, I don't know, B tier. Might be edging towards C tier. But the Gotham show, I think, proved you can actually do interesting things with him. Did do on the box office with gained a late cult following now. Yeah, that's cool when that happens. I'm allowed to stop petting you, asshole. I almost wish I had a second camera just so I could show you his face right now. You're so cute. Oh, sorry, chin. My bad. Oh, big boy. Anyway, so yeah, I'm actually down for all of it, especially Court of Owls, because I bought that story in those DC condensed comics that they have out there now, which I very much like, and that Marvel needs to copy as soon as fucking possible. Like, seriously, Marvel, you're getting your ass owned by DC left and right these days in the land of comics, not cinema. Let me be specific. In the land of comics, you're getting your asses handed to you. The Absolute line is dominating. Those condensed comics are really cool, and they're selling. Actually, I was at the comic store today. I was hoping they still had the Woman of Tomorrow one, since we're coming up on Supergirl, and I kind of wanted to know what the story is. But now I think about it, it might not be. It might be better that I didn't read the comic story before I see this movie. Because if I read the comic story and then go see the movie, I feel like that increases my chances of being all up in the movie like Homelander. You know what I mean? So maybe it's a good thing I haven't been able to read it. Then they didn't have, well, they had a couple others that I was interested in, but then I decided I would finally get around to getting issues 2, 3, and 4 of Absolute Superman. I wanted them a Bat because I have the Batman one, the Superman number one, and the Wonder Woman number one absolutes. And I wanted 2, 3, and 4 of Batman, Absolute Batman, but they only had number 4. Then I went around the stand and they had them sequentially for both Superman and Wonder Woman, so I picked 2, 3, and 4 of Superman. And I will probably read them tomorrow. So there we go. Little scalp scratchy scratch real quick. Yeah, chat. That's all the news. So how are you guys feeling about that? Victor Zaz, Ryan Tyree Henry, Harvey Dent, and the Court of Owls. I am not mad at any of it. I really don't give a shit if Harvey Dent is white or not. The Victor Zaz thing, I don't hate it. I also don't love it. I need to think about it some more. I think I'm gonna end up being down for it though. Like I'm already leaning that way. It's just a very interesting choice of villain because he's not an A tier villain. He's not super well known. But if you do it right, you can do some really cool shit with him. Now the question is, or a question, I should say. How do you guys? Let me know what you guys think about this. Will Victor Zaz be operating on his own, and then the Court of Owls will be their own thing, or will Reeves fuck around with what the Talons are and who they are, and make Zaz a Talon? That could also be interesting. How would you feel if Zaz wasn't running around on his own, but was running around as a Talon, killing for the Court of Owls? That would be a bit of his change to his character because he's like, he's generally out on his own, killing people who don't value their lives. You imagine Billy D is Two-Face? It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see a Psycho Lando. Well, I would not have been mad at Billy D. Williams Two-Face. Not when I was young back then, and I wouldn't be now either. But it turns out it won't be a Billy D. Williams Two-Face, but it'll be Brian Tyree Henry as Two-Face. Zaz was a hitman? I think so. But he also did some killing on his own, too. Yeah, so that's just in general, what a fucking twist. Insofar as like just who's going to be playing who. We've gone from the Dent family to, well, we went from the Dent family and being curious as to who Brian Tyree Henry was playing when we saw that he was cast. And now we're at we don't know who the fuck ScarJo and Charles Dance are playing, but Sebastian Stan is Zaz and Brian Tyree Henry is Dent. And we're getting the Court of Owls. Don't get too cozy there. You're going to fall off the desk, bro. I think, that's fucking crazy. Like, just the amount of shift of who's playing who is that's insane. Like, it went from being all nice and wrapped up in a little bow with one mystery to holy shit, he's playing who? Holy shit, he's playing who? And who the fuck are they even now? But I also don't hate any of it. I love the fact that we're getting the Court of Owls. I love that we're getting the Court of Owls. That shit's dope. The court's dope. And Victor Zaz is an interesting character. Like, you can do some shit with that guy. And then, you know, Harvey Dent's Harvey Dent. Like, I mean, obviously, Brian Tyree Henry could put his own spin on him, but, you know, Harvey Dent, a district attorney who... See, that's what I want to know is, like, how is Reeves going to fuck up his face? Is he going to go with the traditional acid? Is he going to change it up like Nolan did? That'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm not mad at any of it. And my fandom of those choices, you know, it varies. But still, I have no negative feelings about this whole scenario at all. And outside of the outside chance of ScarJo being the Phantasm, I think those two being rich white elites in the Court of Owls is probably, I think it's likely. And it makes a lot of sense. He just hopped off the desk abruptly. I'm looking to see if he saw something. I just want to know if I had to go kill a bug or some shit. Can't really tell. Okay. Anywho, there you have it, chat. All the news is fit to print. That was it. That was the big one. You guys got any further thoughts on anything we've talked about, or you want to bring up something we didn't? This is your time now, chat. I'll tell you this, though. I cannot wait. And we'll definitely be talking about this. Maybe Charles Dance will play Black Mask and Victor will be an enforcer for him. That's interesting. I wonder who ScarJo would be playing in that scenario, though. Damn it. Itchy. But yeah. And, where was I? Oh, yes. Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, chat. Brand New Day tickets go on sale. And we will allegedly get the first trailer on an official release. Or the first trailer. The next trailer released officially also on Wednesday. And obviously we're going to be talking about the trailer on Wednesday night and also those pre-sale numbers, because I think they're going to be fucking insane. I mean, the fucking first trailer got 2 billion views across all platforms. Like, that's crazy. I would not be surprised if every ticket website fucking gets broken by people trying to get tickets to that fucking movie. I'm not saying it will. It's fairly possible that that won't happen, but I would not be shocked if it didn't break every one of them. I just can't wait to see those numbers. I cannot wait to see those numbers. And we will talk about them. And then we will speculate on what they mean. And I'm sure there'll be other news too, but it's fucking Spider-Man. If something happens with that shit, we've got to talk about it. So that's a guaranteed subject for Wednesday chat. And then we'll see what else pops up. Ugh. Has that been out this whole time? Nope, that's as low as it gets. Okay. So you guys got anything you want to talk about? Anything that you remember seeing that I didn't bring up because I probably fucking missed it? We weren't happy to chit chat with you, but if I gotta catch up on Vox Machina season 2. I like blew through season 1, and then for some unknown reason, like I got distracted, and I haven't picked it back up, and I need to. Or was it? Have I watched the first 2 and I need to watch season 3? I don't fucking remember. Anyway, one way or the other, I need to get back into Vox Machina. That's the basic point. Okay. To clean my spectacles. Next month, I have an eye appointment, and I'm going to be going back to contacts, so get used to this look again. Well, depending. If I had a lazy Saturday, then it might still be the glasses. It just depends on what's going on. One moment. There we go. Your vision barely changed? Shit. I've been wearing glasses since I was 3. All right. You guys got anything else? If not, we're going to get on out of here. And I'm going to go engage with some of that giggle bush. They thought the TV was fucking up your eyeballs, huh? Dude, we all appreciate you too. I think just as a community, we literally all appreciate each other. I feel like that's it. Oh, no problem, Callisto. Is that the only reason you showed up is because of Batman? I mean, hey, whatever works. I don't care. They told you you'd go blind if they didn't monitor your screen time. What else did they tell you would make you blind? All right. Sort of. Been meaning to join Batman 2 and titles enough to get you here. Hey, whatever gets you in the door, come on back. I appreciate that you've been, even considering it. That in and of itself is cool, and I appreciate it. All right. It is that time, chat. Much as I hate to say it, it is. So, here's the dealio. Launch parties will be getting again July 1st, if I remember that's a Wednesday. Good Lord, dude. What the fuck? Oh, there you go. Yes. But what day of the week is it? You're really going to make me do that? Yep, it is a Wednesday. All right. So, July 1st, Wednesday, July 1st. Watch parties back because that's when X-Men 97 Season 2 comes out. And we are watching that shit. We are definitely watching that together. So keep that in mind. Wednesdays are going to go back to watch parties. Well, maybe we'll do a split stream because, those episodes are only like 27 minutes. It's only a half an hour. I'm not going to stream for like 45 minutes and be done. So we'll probably just, we'll get in here. We'll watch the episode of X-Men 97, then we'll talk about it, and then we'll talk about other news too. So that's July 1st. That'll be 2 weeks from this coming Wednesday. That'll begin. And depending on what day of the week it drops, we will watch Lanterns in August. I feel like there's another show, like, that I'm forgetting about, like, coming up soon. I know Vision Quest is this fall, October. I feel like I'm forgetting a show, but I can't think of it right now either. Anywho, well, when I realize what it is, we'll fit it in somewhere too. Pause. Anyway, but yeah, up until then, we'll see you next Wednesday, right all up in here, where we'll talk about what happens between now and then. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Ooh, yes. When the hell? Let me see if that has a premiere date. Thank you. Good call. No, season. God damn it. Google's really starting to piss me off. It still just says fall. So sometime this fall for that. It'll be interesting to see if. I wonder if Disney or Marvel's going to counter program itself with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Vision Quest like fucking Prime did with Invincible and the Boys. That'd be funny. Although it wouldn't be. And it's one live action, one animated, so that'll be less of a competition factor. Well, one was action, one was live animated with the Boys and fucking Invincible. All right, that's just not a big deal. Anywho, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for choosing to be here, especially on a Saturday night when there's so many other options out there. Had to gamble. But yeah, you guys are the dopest. And I appreciate you so very much just for showing up. But if you would be so kind, live or on the replay, if you have not yet done so, hit that fucking thumbs up, please and thank you. And also, if you are new or have not yet, or have hung out a couple times but have not yet done it, wanted to get a full vibe before you committed, hit that sub button and the bell. But also, join the Discord. I'll do it myself. Fine, I'll do it myself. Boom. Link will be up in just a second. Join the Discord. Things are nice and chill in there too. Everyone's cool, just like right now. And the notifications are more reliable for streams. Honestly, YouTube can be good, but sometimes it can be really fucking hinky. So you can count on them Discord notifications. Roll 23. Suck a dick, Streamlabs. Anyway, you all are appreciated. And we'll see you Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Much love, y'all. Bye. Oh, yeah. We did it again, chat. And I mean we. We pulled off another pretty damn good stream, I would say. Yeah, it's a little shorter than what we usually do, but that's not my fault. There needs to be more goddamn news. Anyway, again, I must thank you and express my undying gratitude to you guys for choosing to hang here and listen to me yap. That's super fucking dope. It really is. But it's only dope because you guys are dope. You're an amazing community. And I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your weekend and a good beginning to your week. And we'll see you here Wednesday night at 9 Eastern. But until then, chat, remember this. Wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Much love, y'all. Appreciate you. See ya.